Hi, I'm Nick from tastyfoodanddrink.com, and with me today I have my cousins Kate and Pete, and we're here today to introduce you guys a little bit to wines for New Year's Eve. So we have a selection here that ranges from dry down to sweet, and so we'll talk a little bit more about these four bottles in a second, but why don't you guys share a little bit of your kind of experience and knowledge of wine without saying anything that can get the family into a lot of trouble, legally speaking.
Hi, I'm Kate, and I love champagne. I only drink it on 2 occasions, when I'm in love and when I'm not. Coco Chanel quote, one of my favorites. No, but I love mimosas. I especially like to put grapefruit juice in them. So I'm a fan. Love to go to brunch.
Yeah, and I'm Pete, and as you may know, we have an Italian family, so most of my experience is in the drinking department. And yeah, I am a fan of mimosas too. So let's get into it.
Man with a plan, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to put these aside for just a second so that we have a little more space to work with here, because unfortunately it's not a very deep room. But first thing we're going to talk about today is Blanc de Noirs. Now what this is, it is wine made in the champagne method. This one's from the US. It's Gloria Ferrar. And what this wine is it is only made from the red grapes that go to Chardonnay. So that would be Pinot Meunier and Pinot Noir. So this wine will have a little more pink coloration, very, very slight, but it'll also have slightly different flavors within your traditional champagne where you have citrus, minerality, things of that nature. So enough of me talking. Let me pour. This first. And now we're doing tasting portions here, so we're not, filling these suckers to the brim because obviously somebody has places to go later. I don't know if it's
You to go through.
Yeah. So first thing you do, if you guys want to go ahead and start without me, you're going to sight the wine, take a look at it. You can see there's a slightly pinkish hue to this one, so it's not your straight kind of hay color, light golden. On the nose, you get elements of raspberries, a little earthiness. And then what do you guys taste?
Definitely berries. Almost cranberry.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tart.
A little bit like rubber, to be honest, but not in a bad way.
What is a good kind of
What is a
rubber
good way,
exactly?
It'd be like new tires. Yeah.
He likes cars.
I'm not going to ask what you've been doing with the tires. Anyways, yeah, so no, but I mean, yeah, there's a certain amount of earthiness, and it's not straight out sweet. It's got that kind of like wet stone flavor going to it. So now,
it's pretty tart.
Yeah, it's pretty tart. This is about $16 a bottle. Okay, so this is the most expensive of the ones we'll try today. So if you like your wine a little more like your tires, I guess, this might be the wine for you. Alternatively, it's got a few more berry notes in it, in addition to kind of a brighter, more acidic nature. All right, so moving on. And what we really need is a dump bucket. Or I guess I can just finish like everyone else.
Yeah.
All right.
You got it.
Would you like to pour that while I'm finishing this? All right, so what Pete is pouring right now for us, tasting size portion, Pete.
Yeah, sorry about
It's his taste.
that.
is a Blanc de Blanc. So this is made only from Chardonnay. Now this is from Frisinet, the company you typically see with that black bottle of Cava. Now this is a Blanc de Blanc. So the Chardonnay element, we're going to see it be a little rounder, so a little fuller body. So texture more like milk. But it's still going to have a lot of the characteristics of white wine and maybe a little more tropical element to it. So,
I like this one a lot better.
Yeah.
so this is
Yeah, it's like a Pinot Grigio a little bit. That's how I feel.
very clean, citrusy. Not a lot of bite to it. As you said earlier, good probably for mimosas.
Yeah, good for mimosas. It's like a kumquat. Citrus.
If you don't know, you're supposed to hold the champagne glasses from the stem of it so that you don't heat up the glass.
That's right.
Yeah.
Warm champagne
Really?
is not great. No.
I hold all of my wine
I was in
glasses like this.
The Michael Kors store in Vegas the other day, and somebody handed me one they were holding onto it, and it was very warm, and I'd been finishing mine, which had been cold, and it was just, that was gross.
Ew.
So you do want to get your champagne to the proper temperature.
Yeah.
That's very important. So this bottle, guesses? How much do you guys think this one is? That one was 16.
And what's
The
the
Gloria
range?
Ferrar?
10 to 20?
This is 20 and down for this.
14.
I was gonna say 14 too, but
So this is 8. So
okay.
if you like it, this is about half of where
Cool.
they thought it was going to be.
Love it.
And, you know, it's very similar to the Cava. It's a little rounder maybe, but it's worth a shot if you like Chardonnay. All right. We're going to move on to something slightly sweeter. So this is Korbel. This is their extra dry. This one here means it's going to have a little bit more sugar than the Brutes. So those two are both Brutes, which are typically on the drier end. Extra Brut being really, really dry. So not a lot of sugar. So this one here has a little bit of sweetness to it. I figure Pete's tasting portion is a little bit bigger than everybody else's.
I like to think it over a little bit.
Alright. As always, please be responsible. Do not drink and drive, even on New Year's. Get a cab.
Especially
Have a
on New Year's.
designated driver. Okay, there's a lot of folks out there who want to get home. So, extra dry. Now this is a little bit different. I had this last year on First Pour Wine, and I was very impressed with the value. So, tell me what you guys think. I think that this wine was fantastic last year. I'm interested to see if it's as good this year.
Tastes like cinnamon.
I like it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. It's pretty sweet compared to the others.
So whenever you go from a drier wine to a sweeter wine, you're going to get that sweetness exaggeration to a certain extent. But it goes the other way too. If you go from this wine back to those wines, it's going to get drier. So I totally agree with cinnamon. Pete, anything?
More like a Chardonnay, if I were to compare it. Like the last one was a Pinot Grigio. This one's more a Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
okay.
sweeter.
Yeah, so the slight
It's
amount of
good.
sugar in there is helping it feel bigger, I think. Yeah. But yeah, so I get a lot of baked apple, pears, fruits of those natures. It's not as acidic. It's a little, I don't want to say flabbier, but it's a little less bright. But sometimes it can be flabby. It needs to get out more. Exercise a little.
Yeah, it's not always a bad thing.
New Year's resolution right there. But yeah, so there is still that lemony note in the background. It is still clearly
Yeah.
champagne, but it does have a few more baked flavors in there. How much do you guys think this one goes for?
$10.
Yeah, I know because I've actually bought this one before. I think it's what, 9?
No, well you're both close. It depends where you go, but yeah, about $10 for this bottle.
Yeah.
So for about $10, it won't break the bank, and depending on how you feel about spices and baked apples, could be
When
really
I
good.
get Korbel, usually I buy Brut.
Okay. Yeah, and that's gonna be a little drier. It's gonna have a little more of that lemony thing going on.
Yeah.
Pete, you want to take another gander at that?
Yeah.
So this one is Asti Spumante from Martini, and this one here is going to be the sweetest thing we have. So now this comes from Italy, whereas the last two came from, actually the last three, 2 of them came from California, 1 of them came from Spain. Now this is going to be the sweetest thing we taste. So we tried these beforehand, and you can tell everyone afterwards how much you really loved it the first time you tried it too.
I don't like this one.
It just finishes.
Okay,
This is your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
so there's wines for everyone. This wine is definitely sweeter.
This is like white grape juice.
Yeah,
This is what it tastes like.
I get like tons of peaches and nectarines and like white grapes and like almost a vanilla-y kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
Yeah. So
Like a sugar cookie.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to drink this at 12 o'clock, but it's good
Yeah.
in my mind.
I could drink it for breakfast.
What
You can drink it for breakfast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, so hopefully, and this one comes in at $10 as well. Hopefully, we've given you guys something to think about when you're going out buying a bottle of wine for New Year's Eve. There's a wine video that we actually have up right now, how to open a bottle as well. So go check that out. That'll be linked up in the site, and it'll be somewhere on here. There's not much room in the camera, so just look for wherever I put the annotation. And then, as always, please visit the site, tastyfoodanddrink.com, and really appreciate it if, as a holiday gift, you guys could subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Tasty Food and Drink. Follow us on Instagram at Tasty Food and Drink. Anything of that nature. Just because it's really great to get the support. We'd love to see some comments down there in the YouTube, and we do really appreciate the viewership. So thank you so much, and a happy New Year to everyone at home.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy holidays.